What's good, y'all? Quick message for you real quick on this beautiful Wednesday morning. I hope everybody is doing well. I wanted to drop a video real quick before I start my day, and I wanted to talk about forgiveness. Forgiveness is for your sake more than it is for the other person. I'm going to say that again. Forgiveness is more for your sake than it is for the other person. People tend to find forgiveness an extremely hard thing to do, including me. You know what I'm saying? I look back over my life sometimes just to see how far I came. But sometimes when you look back over your life, you can't help but to look back over some of the things that happened to you. You know what I'm saying? And I still, depending on what it was, I still look at it with my lip turned up. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn to forgive for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in the same boat with y'all. Forgiveness, that's one of the hardest things to do. That's one of the hardest things to do, especially when you the type of person that, you know, you got a good heart and you always tend to have people's best interest at heart, and you're caring and kind and compassionate, and you have people do certain things to you or say certain things to you. It can be hard to be forgiven at times, but forgiveness is more for your sake simply because it gives you a peace of mind. When you fail to forgive, you tend to linger on to what happened to you and whatever was said to you, done to you. You tend to harbor that feeling. You know what I'm saying? You tend to hang on to that anger or hang on to that sadness. And there's something about when you forgive, it helps you release that bad energy. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that if you forgive those people that you just automatically forget what was done to you, because damn near everything that was done to me, I never forgot and I never will. You see what I'm saying? But it teaches you to move different around those individuals. Like if you're in a environment where, you know, somebody did something to you, y'all in the same type of environment, forgiveness helps you be able to be cordial in a way. You know what I'm saying? To be in that same environment and still be around them, because due to the environment, you can't help but to be around them. You feel me? Forgiveness gives you that peace of mind. You know, the more you fail to forgive people, the more it has a negative effect on your heart. The more it has a negative effect on your emotions and your mind. You know, and a lot of times that person or those people that you should have forgave, they done moved on and they're out there living their best life. They're not even thinking about the shit that y'all experienced, you know what I'm saying, in the past. So it's important to forgive for your peace of mind, you know, for you to be able to move forward in your life, for you to get away from the negative energy that came due to the situation or the circumstance. You see what I'm saying? So don't feel like because you forgive a person that you still have to allow them access to you, because you don't. You don't have to allow nobody access. If you feel like they done, you know, pulled the last straw with you, and you know, you done probably forgave them. A lot of times those the same people done did the different type of shit to you over and over again, and you forgave them each and every time. Right? You forgave them, but they pulled the last straw. That was the last straw. So don't feel bad if you feel like you don't want to grant access to them anymore, because you don't have to. But you should put yourself in a position to be forgiving so that you can move forward with your life. Because when you fail to forgive, sometimes that shit eat you up from the inside out. And it's a lot of people out here walking around bitter and cold-hearted, and that's one thing I had to ask Spirit to protect. I didn't want to gain a cold heart. I didn't want to have a bitter-ass spirit because of my experiences. You see what I'm saying? Because although those were experiences, I wanted to make sure that I still had a good heart and I wasn't cold out here. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit, you walking around with a frown on your face all damn day because you in your feelings. I didn't want to be that, you know. And I went through my period in time where I had to fight against it, because I used to walk around like that. But I ain't like how that shit felt. So I really prayed and really asked Spirit to take that away from me. you know, and really teach me to discipline myself to still have that good heart, to still be that caring person, and just be more mindful of what I do for people. Whether it be my romantic relationships or my friendships or even dealing with family, I had to ask for the discipline to still be true to who I was and know who to give to and who not to. You see what I'm saying? And that's what you got to do. Don't allow that shit to make you cold-hearted and bitter, because at the end of the day, it's only going to affect you. Even though you may have been a victim of some shit, at the end of the day, those people that done wrong to you, they done moved on with their life. They done moved on with their life. And here you are still sitting in that same energy, all in your feelings, and that should affect your health. You know, it affects your health. You just stress the fuck out all the time because you in your head. You know, and then you can't focus on what it is that you should be doing for your life. So remember that forgiveness is for your sake and not for the other person.